Dora Joy. I wanted to talk about more coping skills. So one coping skill that is very important is connecting with other people and sharing experiences with other people. I believe that people need experiences with other people and need to share life with others. It's important for everyone, no matter who you are, no matter what you've been through. You need another person with you to share life with. And that's why books can be so powerful, I think, is that everyone shares their thoughts through books, and it's like they're talking and you can hear what they're saying aloud, and there's also good structure that you can learn through a book. And when you learn structure when talking, you can relate to others better sometimes because we're thinking along the same pathway, if that makes sense. Anyway, mental health is a very big crisis right now in America. At least that's where I live, is in America. I don't think that we should ignore mental health, and it's something we need to address. I think it would be cool to, in schools, have a mental health class for the kids, so they can just hang out with friends in the class and get to know their people better, instead of oh, I don't know that person until you talk badly about them because you don't actually know who they are. Or someone could do something with them like art, or you could talk about what is bugging you with your mental health. When you send a kid to a psychiatric unit, they don't know what's going on. They don't feel comfortable. It's scary. And if it were in a school, if it were a class in a school, it would be an easier transition, an easier time for that person, because they wouldn't be terrified of what just happened. I think that I am benefiting from the treatment program I'm going through, but it's just I wish it didn't start the way it did. So yeah, anyway, back to coping skills. Some ways I cope with hard situations are so there's getting together with other people, and then there's isolating. Isolating can help your brain rest from too much stimulation, from too much going on over outside. Having a restful, peaceful time is important, and having silence is important. When you're with another person, they want to talk, so sometimes that's not always possible. That's why people want to isolate sometimes. But there's also, we have to think for ourselves. We have to get outside of other people's heads. We have to think for ourselves so we can influence others through what we talk about. And influencing others has to do with sharing an idea, and the other person makes it their idea. That's influence, I think. And that's important to do for ourselves, because if no one believes our ideas, if no one has the same ideas we do, it's a very lonely life. So I wish that people knew that they can influence others through their words. And I'm not saying manipulate people or control them. To a certain extent, I do think that we manipulate people with our words every day, and it's not out of a bad intent. I think if your intention is good for the other person, it's not a bad thing. But I could be wrong. I need to think about that a little bit more. But just realize that your words do affect other people, and your thoughts emote through your body language, not just with what you say. It can come out through where you look, what you say, the words you choose. It can come out through what you're doing with your hands, what you're doing with your feet, where you're walking, why you're walking a certain place, why are you walking there? So I think that paying attention to body language is also part of understanding psychologically where we're at and the other person. But isolating and community with others, having a balance of both, is important, in my opinion. So I think it is important to say this. Not everyone wants to talk about their mental health. Not everyone wants to share what's going on with them, and we need to be careful not to force people to do that. Forcing someone to talk about something traumatizing is traumatizing. And if we respect others, and if we realize they don't want to talk about it, and not condemn them for not wanting to talk about it, not get upset at them. That's important, not to get upset. It's important to show people the right path. Anyway, I hope I brought value to your life today, and let me know if I did, and let me know if I didn't. Anyway, take care.